All right. Welcome to Needles and Nonsense with my favorite nonsense person in the workplace, Chelsea. Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, so we can get really serious, which we're going to try to do. But if you want to mic us up at the office, these are the two to mic because we're silly. Okay. So what is your first impression of each other? I'll start.
Okay.
Chelsea was one of my patients, actually. And she sat in my chair, and I thought she was adorable. She loved the way I toxed her face. And then she came back and she goes, "Hey, do you know if you need an esthetician?" And I was like, "Actually, we don't, but I love you." So we went and talked to Tristan. And I was like, "I really want her. I love her. We vibe. She'll be great." And I got my way. And we thought that was going to be a really naughty, mean one, but it's truly what I felt because I love you. And I'm so happy I have you. Like, you're like my favorite thing.
Oh, thank you. I love you too.
Yeah.
Well, at that appointment, I remember I actually wanted to get on some peptides and I was nervous about stepping on the scale when you told me to. And you're like, "I'll step on it. I don't care." And you take your shoes off. And I was like, there's no filter with her.
Yeah. Surprised I didn't take my pants off.
Well, you might have.
Okay. That could have been a lot worse, so I'm really happy. All right. So, some funny habits of each other. I'm going first because I feel like, yeah, you better be good with this one.
Okay.
Okay, so funny habits of Chelsea, there's a whole lot. So, her TikTok shop obsession, she's like 7 years old and she's going to be a TikTok influencer. But every time she comes in, I'm like, "Hey, where's these like 20-year-old clothes you're getting from?" She goes, "TikTok shop. TikTok shop." Literally every day. And then another one, she's the best barista ever. So I'll be in, like, she comes in like maybe like 9:30, 10, maybe Sundays 11. And I'm start my day bright and early. And then she'll knock, knock, knock. "Your coffee order." But it's only for me, not anyone else in the office. Just because I shoot her up a lot. And then I still like the religion one, other one.
Your funny habits are.
Wait. I do have a funny habit. I'll be in a room with a patient and she's like, "Hey, Erin, how about the next thing that we do on my face?" And I'm like, "Chelsea, I'm at the fucking theater." Or like, I'm like actually working for once. And she's like, "Hey,
It's really only when you're
look
looking.
at this color Lola blanket." And I'm like, "Chelsea, shut the fuck up. I'm working right now." And then I'll be like, "Okay, Chelsea."
Sometimes you have to put me in my place because I like.
You're telling her to shut up, but she does. And she's lost it.
She'll say, "I'm working." And then I know that I need to.
Those are my 3 fun habits.
Yours, I just think I love that you have no filter because you never know what you're going to get with you. You could tell me that I'm never going to get rid of my bat wings with just doing Pilates. You could tell me that my husband is so cute and has the most gorgeous eyes, but he's a little cushy because that was your first impression of him.
So I like to snuggle cushy. Also go your house. It's okay.
No, but I do. I love that you have no filter sometimes because it keeps everybody on their toes.
She didn't say the worst one, but we're not allowed to talk about that one.
There's limits.
What each of you is obsessed with lately? Skin, wellness, TikTok shop.
Right now, I am obsessed with the Nancy Guthrie case, and it is consuming my life.
Like, what? So,
like, in a short term.
So, are you going to give your prediction, or are we going to find?
I don't know. I'm so confused. To be honest, I don't know what to think. Something new just
about Epstein, but other things I'm pretty obsessed with are actually, you probably are because you just got plated in the office for us.
Yeah.
So, like regenerative medicine or serums. So, like plated on a topical level, like all layers of the skin, like plated regenerating, Sculptra, lasers, tox, like all the preventative stuff versus people who have bat wings and some bypass surgery. So, if we can get ahead of it, then you don't have to hear some of the comments I have to say.
Yes, where I
just hear how beautiful you are. Look at that glowy skin. How pretty she is.
Oh, I feel like I'm trying to catch up because with my age where I'm at right now, they didn't have all these things, or they weren't as common or popular, I should say. Either they weren't around or they weren't as common and popular when I was in my 20s and 30s. So now that I'm the old lady in the office, I'm trying to keep up and
But the most hip.
do all of the things.
So like in your 20s, in your 20s, you usually see like skin laxity or like maybe some expression lines. So you want to do like talks, and what would you do as an esthetician in your 20s?
I would say definitely facials, and then it depends. Like if you had acne when you were in your teens, you would probably want to do some microneedling because that's great for acne scarring. If you have pigment or PIH, which is pigment scarring from acne, then you could do chemical peels. But if you were fortunate and didn't have either one of those, then in your 20s, I think just hydrofacials is good.
And then in your 30s, I would say, yeah, you have the more
Starting those
like slight volume loss, but again, very similar to your 20s, starting to build that volume, and in your 40s, you get volume. So, like, what would you do as an esthetician more in like your older?
So I say in your 30s, I would start to do microneedling for sure to start stimulating the collagen and do 2 to 3 sessions a year. And you can either do those back to back. They have to be 30 days apart. So you can either do them 3 in a row or you can spread them out throughout the year. In your 40s, I would say do 3 to 4. And then in your 50s, definitely do like 4 to 5 sessions of microneedling a year.
And in 50s, I'd say continue like volume loss and maybe a little surgery for a little bat wing. But, I'll be honest. Okay, so let's talk about like one and done treatments versus consistency, since we're talking about like 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, how we navigate the aesthetic world. I do think there's never a one and done. Like, you're never going to need one treatment and be done, period. I'm going to set the record straight. I will say maybe one and done like for a year. That's like the closest you're going to get to one and done. Like lasers, you may be one and done until I tell you just come back until it bothers you again. Whereas like with rosacea, vessels, skin laxity, the more you do and the more you stay consistent, the better it's going to look. Like my skin looks better than it did 12 years ago. It's because I stayed consistent. It didn't look like this after one treatment. And I'm sure the same goes with microneedling and peels. Like, it's not a one and done.
No, it's not. The only time it's like if you don't want to get consistent facials, if you have an event, a wedding, something like that, and you want your skin nice and glowy for one specific event.
I'm you off because that's one of my weird habits too. So can we please stop coming before an event or a wedding?
Well, give us time.
So can you give us like 6 to 8 weeks, please? Like, don't come in 2 weeks before. Well, first off, your toxins are going to be kicked in. I might slightly make you heavy if you want to get every single wrinkle. Or if I don't want to get a little wrinkle, you might get a little pool. Like, stop with that, please. Like, or if you get a facial or a laser, like you have a little purging, like, stop with that.
I say at least 6 to 9 months before your wedding.
Agreed.
Depending on how much you want to improve. Yes, 6 to 9 months, not weeks.
Okay, so synergy between skincare and other treatments. This is why one and done and consistency matters. So, like, how would you say the synergy is between what you do and what I do?
I think that when you are doing lasers and tox and all of those things, what I do in my room with the facials and microneedling and chemical peels, you want to think of it almost like an insurance policy for what you do. So it just works hand in hand. Think of it kind of like if you want to get in shape or lose weight, you can work out or you can just lose weight, or take some glutide. But if you work out and eat healthy, you're going to get the best of both worlds. So that's the way I feel like when you do facials and microneedling and then also see you for lasers and injectables, you're just combining everything to get the best outcome.
Well, I think of it like an onion or a cake because I like to eat cake. But it's just like the layers. Like, I think like you are the more superficial level. Like, I'm going to work on the pores, the tone, like just even that tightness a little bit. And then I'm going to go a little deeper with my laser and I'm going to get like this little layer with a mousse, chocolate mousse. And then with my filler and all that, that's where like that cake and that meaty yumminess is. I'm not going to do the onion analogy because that's gross, but like the cake.
Yes.
Everyone, this will know the cake gets synced. But like every layer, we're doing a little something more. And when you have it all together, you have the best chocolate decadent cake. Yes. Or vanilla.
Whatever you prefer.
Okay. So enough with the aesthetic talk. I'm going to ask like a really weird, funky question to close this out.
Okay.
But what is the weirdest thing that you got on TikTok Shop?
I was scammed once. Out of all the things that I bought on TikTok, no, I was actually surprised because usually I'm very good, but I was scammed and I thought I was buying a sweatshirt and some other things from American Eagle, and it was not American Eagle.
American Eagle first off on TikTok Shop.
Because it was 50% off. But actually, I never received anything.
Why? I really thought this was gonna be like way better than American Eagle. Are they?
Everything else on TikTok Shop, it's so good. I
promise you. They probably have 50% off.
Not when you're scrolling and it's 50% off and you're like, ooh.
That's the stupidest shit I've ever heard.
That's the only bad thing. What is the funniest thing you've said to a patient in your room?
We're not going to say actually the funniest thing because that's probably really naughty and I'm going to have to be normal. So the thing I really warn patients about, like, okay, let's say they're getting a lip flip because it is a love-hate for me for a lip flip because I get lots of volume, but it can feel a little funky. So when it's kicking in, the whole point of a lip flip is to roll your lip. So you only gotta roll down. So 2 weeks, you won't be able to go like this. So like if you have a significant other and you're doing a little naughty intimacy, like you won't be able to like cushion and you might scrape a little bit. So you have no control. I mean, I could say you could dribble with your straw and this and that, but then I go, no, the whole 9 yards. And I say,
you got to go all the way because that's the Erin way.
Yes. But then it's like a blessing in disguise because you're off.
Then you're off in the book.
So it's a big lip and then you're off.
So I will constantly be getting lip flips. Sorry, Cushy.
Sorry, Cushy. Phil say, Phil's. All right, good. That's me every time. That's my answer. All right, Chelsea. I love so much. I love you at this PG. We didn't even go PG-13. But next time Mike is up in the office, and you'll.
Yes.
All right. Bye. Time.